Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel with readings by Circe. I hope you guys are doing phenomenal, and I just want to thank everybody for giving me your time and your space and your energy on these readings. I truly do enjoy doing them for you. As you have noticed, it is a different setup, so I'm trying something else. You know, we can't keep it all the same all the time. We have to open ourselves up to the different opportunities that are there for us. So today I am doing a pick a card reading on what makes you attractive, or like really how others find you attractive. So this is going to be from others' points of view, like what they see in you that is attractive, because you know, sometimes we just like to know these things. So anyways, guys, I've got the stones picked out for you, and before we get started, just if these resonate with you, hit that thumbs up button down below. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, and share these if you care, or check out my other videos as well. So we're going to light an incense while we're on this and get this going to cleanse the space. I do have some sage burning. We're going to smoke cleanse the space here though. And I'm going to draw one card from my Kuan Yin Oracle cards. These are beautiful cards, and we will go ahead and put them out. You guys can choose which one you feel you resonate with or you feel called to. That should be your pile. Keeping in mind these are general readings, so please take what resonates, leave what does not. And yeah, get this lit one more time. Sure burns. May you guys be blessed. This is a prayer I'm sending out to you right now. May you be blessed. May you find prosperity in this new year, as it is just a brand new year as I am recording this. May you guys find your path of light and love and your true purpose, and may you be connected forever to your highest self. As these words are spoken unto you and into this space, so shall they be. Amen. Aho. Ase. Thank you, Source. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, angels of highest light and love, for walking with us during this time in this reading. Okay, so I don't burn my arm off here, guys. I've got, for pile number 1, we have the zebra jasper here. Pile number 2 is the amethyst, and pile number 3 is the green aventurine. And I'm not actually going to show, I'm going to do things a little different. I'm just going to draw 3 cards and put them out here and give you guys a moment to see what pile you resonate, and then I will see you on that pile, and then we'll find out what the card is together. Okay, so Source, what Kuan Yin card is for pile number 1? What do they need for pile number 1? Source card for pile number 1. Okay, thank you. Make sure it is just one card. Okay. Source, what card is for pile number 2? Whoa. Oh my gosh, try not to light my cards on fire. So for pile number 2, you guys are a little fiery. Let's just say that right here. Got a little bit of flame on my card here. It was flying over there, so I guess Source wants to point out right now you guys are a little fiery. You guys got a little bit going on for you. That's cool. So let's see, for pile number 3, Source, thank you. And I don't have any... I don't know what's going on with my computer right now, guys. Been trying to get my frequencies to play, and I don't know why they're playing. So hopefully I will have them playing on your guys' pile, okay? So we'll get that going. All right. So whatever you guys feel called to here, that should be the pile for you. We have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. And I will see you guys over on your piles, okay? All right, pile number 1. So what is it that makes you attractive, or what others find attractive about you? Let's go ahead and get into it. We've got smoke blowing. I am going to draw your cards on the video this time. I don't usually do that, but today I just feel called to, and then we'll check out what this card is. I don't know what it is, so we'll see. Let's get the cards out first and see what's going on. This is for those of you guys that chose the red jasper. So, Circe, what is it that others find attractive about pile number 1? What is it that others find attractive about pile number 1? Okay. What is it that others find attractive about pile number 1, Circe? Oh, okay, thank you. What is it that others find attractive about pile number 1, Circe? Thank you. All right, let's get the last one here. What is it that others find attractive about pile number 1? Wow, that came out fast. It wants to come out that way. And we'll see what's on the bottom of the deck here in just a little bit. Let me get your dice ready because we're going to get some answers from the Astro dice in a minute. So let's leave this card until the end. I'm just going to move that off and we'll see. I know you guys are like, we said we'd see it in a minute. Let's find out what the tarot says though. See what's going on. What do others find attractive about you? Oh, I love this already. So we have the 5 of Swords. We have the 7 of Wands upright. Okay. And the House of God upright. So honestly, pile 1, you guys, what makes you so attractive is that you guys have been through a lot. You guys have gone through so many changes in your life and things like, I'm talking about things that would break people down. These are things where people would just become bitter and sour and resentful of life. Okay. And here you are still making an effort to live your best life and you're positive, and people around you, like people, what they find attractive is that no matter how negative people are around you, you're still a light in the darkness. Like you're still shining out and bright, and you're going to succeed no matter what the cost. It's like no matter how hard things get, I still am going to succeed somehow. And it's like you guys may struggle sometimes with bouts of depression. And I feel like people do notice this about you. However, people might not come forward because they see you guys bounce back so fast. Like, and that's what makes you so attractive. It's just like, if I could call you guys any one word in the whole dictionary, it would be sunshine. And it might not even be that you guys feel that way about yourself, that you're not really a bright light, or that you guys aren't really, uppity and bubbly all the time. It's not about that. Like, this is just literally people who've seen you guys go through darkness, and still somehow you pick yourself up, and it's like, well, that just happened, so I'm going to go ahead and move on. Or, well, that was rough, and I'm still going to go ahead and move on. Or, well, maybe that wasn't the outcome I was looking for, but I'm still going to pick myself up and move on. And that's what people find so incredibly attractive about you. You guys are very attractive people as well. Like, physically you are very attractive, and you feel like, Becky, I'm not at all. And no, what you guys don't see this about yourself though, this is something that's kind of hidden from you. You guys are very hard on yourselves. You're very judgmental towards yourself. Like you guys look at where you're at right now, and you don't actually celebrate, or you may be coming into a place where you're just now starting to learn to celebrate all the hardships that you've been through in your life, and saying that you've come out of them on top somehow, some way, some shape, or some form. But you guys don't actually celebrate yourselves and see that. And that's why you guys are like super critical of yourselves. You guys are super hard on yourselves. And, despite that, you still have this outwardly confidence that people are just mesmerized by. They're just completely like, wow, pile 1, you guys are so incredible. I know there's a lot of smoke coming over. That's okay. So the reason the smoke is coming towards the camera, it just started. It was actually going up and around it, but it just did. I'm sure you guys saw it come over here. Smoke is attracted to attractive people. And so this is something I learned a long time ago. It was really weird because I would always burn incense, and for for so long, the incense smoke. It would get in my face, and it didn't matter how far away I put the incense, it would just always come towards me. And now I've learned what smoke is, and after I figured out what the smoke was trying to tell me, it stopped telling me that because I no longer needed to be aware of that. But the reason that it keeps coming towards your guys' reading is because you are attractive people. And again, attraction may not be physical attraction. Energetic wise, you guys are very attractive. People are drawn to you. You guys may be out in public and people just suddenly stop and talk to you and tell you their whole life story. And you're like, why are people doing this? Why are people stopping me? Like, I don't even know you from Adam. And yet, when I left, after talking to you for 20 minutes, I somehow knew your entire life story. And it's just because you guys are very approachable and you guys have very kind energy, and open energy is the best way to describe this. And it's actually a very attractive trait for you guys. And people really admire that about you, and they find that very enticing, is the word that's coming through here. And the other thing it's coming through here is that you guys are very intelligent. Your hardships have created some sort of what I guess you would call street smarts, right? And it has created a situation where you guys are super wise in the way that you guys approach things. So whenever a problem does arrive, you guys aren't necessarily quick to act. You guys kind of sit down and you take your time and you observe the situation at hand, and then you act accordingly. And people see this about you and they're like, that is a very attractive quality, because you don't just jump the gun nor let your emotions control you. Like, you're a very logical thinker and you take action based on reasoning and logic. And this is something that people find very attractive, because in a world where we're controlled by our emotions, it's rare to find individuals who really take logical thinking. Yes, you take into account how you feel and what you're being called to, but at the end of the day, most of your decisions are based on logic. Like, okay, this is what's happening now. This is what I have to put towards this, and these are my options. Now, what option is the best option for me to take? And you deduct reasoning, and from that, you find the best way. And so you come off as a very intelligent, wise individual. It's not to say that you're not. I'm just saying, like, people see you and they're like, wow, I wish I had the problem solving skills that pile one has. And they find themselves being attracted to you because of that, because there's just no getting around it. They see how far you've come. And I feel like you guys personally need to take time to really celebrate yourself. Let's see if we can get some more on it. Source, what other messages can we get? What makes pile number one attractive? Oh, what's coming out here? Yeah, I wanted to come out in the upright. What did I say? You guys are very attractive people. People, like, you may have a lot of suitors. You may have a lot of people who come towards you. And the reason they come towards you is because, yes, you have open energy. However, you don't just give your energy away like that. Like, you don't just give yourself, like, if you guys are single, you're not just giving yourself away to every Joe and Jane that are coming along, right? Like, you guys don't do that. Like, it takes time to gain your trust, and that, of course, makes you attractive, because it's like people are like, oh, you're not easy to get to. Yep. What was I saying? You don't give love freely. Like, this is for those of you guys, and even if you're not single, like, it takes a long time for people to gain your trust, to get into your circle. Like, I feel like you guys are the pile that has a very small circle. Even if you guys have a job that puts you on the face of public or anything like that, like, your guys' circle is very small. And it's like people see that and they're like, oh, I want to be a part of pile one's circle. Like, how do I get to be a part of pile one's circle? And it's like, that's what makes you so attractive. And you're probably over there like, Becky, I've been hurt so many times. Like, you don't understand. I've been ripped off. I've been backstabbed. Like, people have just really hurt me. No, I get it. I do. I get it. And in that, you guys have learned how to protect your energy in a way that suits you, right? And that may include not trusting as easily as you once did. And because of that, now people are seeing how you're like, no, everything I do is with purpose. It has to have purpose in order for me to take action. And that's including inviting people into my life. And people find that super attractive. What else, Source? One more card on this, please. Yeah, I knew that was the one that was coming out. Yeah. There's people that are in the backdrop, okay? Like they may be following you on social media, they maybe just know you from work and they find out stuff from coworkers, whatever it is. It's not that necessarily people are gossiping about you, and there could be. That's another subject for another day. But the thing is that people have seen you in the past, and these people that are finding you attractive, they've known you for some time. And if not, they also are aware that, like, energetically, you guys used to not pay attention to how people were, like when people approached you. And you guys, the minute you see something that's considered a red flag, you guys walk away. And that's because in the past, that's what I was saying. Like, there's this energy from you guys coming through. Like, yeah, you don't know how much I've been hurt. Like I said, you guys have been through it all. And it's not up to me to understand where you guys are at in your life, and that's fine. But what I'm saying is that shows the energy is very palpable, right? It's almost like you can cut it with a knife. It's so thick. And that's the thing here. It's like people feel that about you. It's like you may have a beautiful, shining, bright smile with kind eyes, but behind your eyes, the pain is there, and the people see the pain. And that's why I feel like a lot of people share stuff with you, and why they're attracted to you is because it's like, oh, pile one is going to understand where I'm coming from. Pile one is going to know what I've been through. Pile one is going to understand the things that I've done, which also is saying a warning coming through here is to be careful, because as you guys level up consciously, you guys will attract a lot more people who are negative thinkers, who are very low vibrational, and they're just saying to be careful of that, okay? I know I said I was going to have frequencies on while I was doing your reading, and really I'm trying to get them up here. So let's see here. I'm actually going to leave this until the end because I'm going to read this one out of the book. So let's go ahead and get some oracles on it. Do I want to do oracle first? No, you know what? Hold on. Let's ask the dice. Source, what other messages can you give us? What makes pile one attractive? What do others find attractive about pile number one? Okay. Okay. So I can zoom in, but it's gonna mess up. So we've got House 6 and Scorpio and Saturn here. Okay. So here's the deal, guys. Like, you guys, you have good daily routines. You guys may be paying attention to your health a lot more. You guys may be really focusing on your body. And that's something that they find really attractive. Finally, these frequencies started playing. Yeah, you guys stood out. Like, all of a sudden you went from not standing out to standing out. That's why they just came on right now. Right? You guys also may have small animals and pets that you guys take care of, and it's the way that you guys love them, like this very caring, kind energy. And also, this is the house of, like, you know, like coworkers and organizations and stuff like that. So your work habits. So again, what I was saying earlier, this is confirmation that there's coworkers that ask questions about you to find out things about you because they've seen you grow, like, in just a short time. And you maybe these are past coworkers who still follow you on Facebook, and they're just saying it's just people who have been in your life, and it wasn't because of, like, necessary close friendships. These are people who witnessed you at your lowest, And oftentimes why that's coworkers is because we spend the most time with the people we work with. We usually spend more time with the people we work with than the people we have at home, right? And that's just the way that society is set up now. And so they're just saying here, like, these are people that are around you and they're seeing you take care of your health. They're seeing you take care of your wellness. They're seeing you take care of your hygiene. Like, maybe you guys changed the way that you approach life altogether and, like, completely changed your looks. Maybe you lost a couple pounds, or maybe you changed the way you dress, whatever it is, you know, wherever you guys are at. Even if you didn't, if you guys just feel better about yourselves, that's showing. And that's what they're saying here. Like, that's what they find so attractive about you, is because now things are showing, and it's hard to deny. It's hard to deny the transformation that you've gone through. They see you as passionate, right? Like, that's the thing. Like, maybe where before you weren't really enjoying life, or maybe you didn't really have a reason to live, or it was just kind of going through the motions, and now you have a reason to go through those motions. It's a very transformative energy coming through here with Scorpio. And it's like, before maybe you were in a controlling situation and they've seen you blossom beyond that, and you've become bold and intense, and, you know, like, people are jealous of you. Like, I am going to say this, the reason Scorpio's coming up here is just that warning again. Like, as you level up, you will be surrounded by jealousy. And so this is again that confirmation of the warning that I was getting earlier. It's like saying that just be careful of the people, because people will tell you what they think you want to hear. And I'm not saying you don't have good discernment, or that you're not aware of this. That is far from the truth. You guys have very good discernment, but understanding, the more we level up, the more we also meet people who, it's like you are going this way and there's somebody who's going this way, and it's like completely opposite in vibrations here. And when you meet up, sometimes it's hard to discern people who are like that. And so they're just saying to be aware that not everybody is in your court here, because you're so intimidating, and because you don't put out everything anymore. Like, maybe there was a time when you told everybody all your business, and you don't do that anymore. And now that scares people, because they can't keep up with your hustle. Like, they can't keep up with your ability to transform. And that's very attractive, right? Because it's like, oh, well, pile number one, they used to tell us everything and now they don't tell us anything. And again, it's like, when you draw back your energy, that makes you very attractive. And you might be like, that doesn't seem very attractive, but it is, because you guys are attracting people from all different situations. People who see how driven you are, how sensitive and wise and determined you are, how powerful you are, how forthright you are, right? You don't tell lies. You don't come up and lie to people about where you've come from. If somebody takes the time to ask, I feel like you guys absolutely will spend time and explain to them, oh, I did this, this, and this, and this, and this really helped me, and I stuck with that. But you don't just share that information willy-nilly, like once upon a time, right? And so it's like, you guys really have grown a lot, and that scares people. People who stay stuck for a long time, that scares people. Right? And so you have Saturn here, and it's like, again, that structure in your life. You guys changed your whole life structure. You guys no longer just doing things the way that you used to. You've completely changed. And it's like the people who see you the most, and I feel like that's what's represented by House 6 here. It's like the people who see you the most are the ones that, they're like, it's a love-hate relationship. It really is. But you're also very attractive to other people, because they see the discipline that you have. They see the foundations you're building. They see your ambition, your responsibility. They see how you overcome obstacles and those blockages. And it's not very conventional. Even though Saturn's a very conventional energy, it's very traditional, right? Like, you kind of laughed at tradition in the face here. You're kind of like, tradition? Whatever. Go and screw your tradition. I don't care anymore. Like, I'm going to do it my way, because I tried it the traditional way, and the traditional way just caused me a lot of pain, and you don't want to live in that anymore. And so you change that. And that is something that people are like, wow, pile one. Like, I can't believe you changed that about yourself. That's incredible. Let's get some oracles on it. Source, what oracles for pile number one? Whoa, okay, those two want to come out. guys are very dreamy. I just heard that. You guys may have bedroom eyes. That was something that just randomly came through here. Okay, that's the one. Yeah, you guys definitely have this energy that people want. Like, I feel like you guys, when people talk to you, they feel like you could be an empath, which is fine. Like, that's fine. But as an empath, when people talk to you, like, they feel like you take away their pains, their worries, and that they don't have to worry about anything anymore. And it may not be like by choice. Like, you guys may just absorb their energy and transmute it into something else. But that's something that's very attractive to people, because it's like they notice every time after they hang out with you, they feel better. You know how you hang out with some people and they make you feel good, and then you hang out with other people and they make you feel kind of sick? Like, you're the person that people hang out with and they feel really good afterwards. And it's like they might not understand what that means. I want to get... You guys are very courageous. And that scares people too. Like, when you find somebody who's really courageous and bold and, you know, out there, like, that scares people. So I think, like, yeah, you guys show your gratitude a lot. These are some emotions cards. What was I was going to get? Oh yeah. Okay. Okay, we've got the oracle cards here. Hold on. We're going to figure those out in a minute. Let's get just some other further messages here. Source, what are other further messages for pile 1? Just give me 3 cards like that. Let's see what we got. Look, guys, we have the Queen of Clubs here. Like, you guys are super sexy. Like, people are like, oh my gosh, pile 1. Like, and it doesn't matter. Even how you see yourself. Like, it does matter. Like, it matters how you see yourself. But, like, I feel like some of you guys are very resistant to hearing that. Like, I don't feel like I'm very attractive at all type energy, but you guys are. Like, you don't see yourself the way everybody else sees you. People see you as intuitive. They see you as brave and bold and not afraid to cut people off too. Like, I'm getting that energy of, like, setting boundaries like a boss. Like, you guys are not afraid, and you take action when action is necessary. We have the 6 of Spades here. Yeah, what was I saying? Like, you guys set boundaries. Look at this image. It's like, you basically, if somebody does you wrong, like, you pick up your wand and you're like, peace out, bye guys. You find balance with yourself. You guys are very in touch with your emotional side, and you use your emotions to guide your thinking, but you're not controlled by your emotions. It's like when you guys feel mad, you're not just going to act irrationally because you're mad. Like, you guys are very serious about the decisions that you make. I can't make this up. We have the Queen of Hearts here, which is also representative of the Empress energy. And that's like, this is very feminine energy. You guys have come up, whether you're a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. You guys have come up into this energy, being in touch with your inner feminine. It's like, for so long you've just denied this feminine energy within you, that now as you're embracing it, it's just making you glow up beyond belief. And people just, they can't handle that, and that's what they find so attractive about you. Like, you guys are very sexy and feminine and soft and voluptuous, and it's like, this is just energy that's coming through here. It's like very beautiful, very luxurious. Like, if they hang out with you, they feel like they're kings and queens, you know. It's like, that's how much you make them feel good about themselves. Yeah, and you guys are super intuitive, and you're not afraid to balance your head and your heart. So you guys figure that out very quickly, like, what's going on between my head and my heart? How do I feel about this? Last message is what's on the bottom of the deck. I can't make this up. What was I just saying? You guys balance out your head and your heart decisions. We have Temperance here, and this is that energy of finding balance, the ability of, like, blending opposites. You guys have now embraced the darkness, right? The feminine energy is a beautiful energy that is denied a lot, because if you think about it in terms of astrology, you have the sun, which is the masculine, and the moon, which is the feminine, and a lot of people are afraid of the darkness. And the moon only lights up full on once a month, right? Sometimes twice a month when that happens, blue moon. But it's like this energy that only comes by once a month, where it's fully illuminated and you're able to see in the darkness. And the rest of the time you can't see in the darkness, not like you can during the day. And it's like, you guys have stopped being afraid of the darkness. The basically the hard things, right? So maybe you have a habit that you really didn't like, and it's just something that you've done your whole life. And what Temperance says is that you guys have learned how to embrace that. And as you embrace that, you guys become more and more attractive. And that's what embracing these feminine qualities is. It's like saying, you know what? Maybe this is just a really off-ball example, but this is what they're giving me. It's like maybe you curse, and you've cursed ever since you were like 13, right? And it's just kind of been with you your whole life, and you realize you curse, and you've accepted that you curse. Like, okay, I curse. Like, that's something that I do. That's something I've always done. It's kind of become a part of me. But what you notice is, like, when you accepted that you curse, all of a sudden it was easier for you to stop cursing so much, rather than when you were really trying to, maybe you tried to do a 30-day challenge where you didn't curse. And this can be applied to anything, any kind of habit, right? Once you guys accepted it, it was just like, okay, I curse. Like, I say the F word a lot, like, whatever it is. And it's like, all of a sudden, once you embrace that, you notice that it wasn't that big of a deal. It wasn't so, like almost obsessive, this need to do anymore. And that's what people really find attractive about you. Okay, so we have number 50 coming out here. It says, just as there are people you love and don't look back, there are people in your life interested in and loving you that you have forgotten about. This is that energy that I was telling you guys about. Like, when you're ready to cut someone off, like, you guys you're not afraid, and then you leave them behind, and they're loving you, and they feel like you've forgotten them. And it's not like that you've forgotten them. It's like you had to do what was best for you. And you had that at a point in your life where maybe you were chasing people, and you feel like they didn't love you back, or they didn't love you back. And it's like, now it's kind of like the tables have turned. It's like, okay, why was I chasing these people? Why was I giving them so much of my energy? And now you've come into this balance of energy where it's like, let me give that to myself. And people feel like you've forgotten about them. It's not that you have. It's not that you're a rude person, but that's like the magnet. Like, when it flips, and then it attracts, right? When you're trying to push two opposing magnets together and they don't connect, but then say this one flips over and then suddenly it connects. Like, that's the type of energy that's going on here, and that's what makes you so attractive. We have number 29, which is 11. Forgive not only because of your compassion, but because you value your happiness above all else. Another confirmation you guys are tired of giving to everybody else when they wouldn't give to you. And so it's like you're like forgave them. And you're in this energy of showing yourself compassion, and when you show yourself compassion, you're able to show others compassion. Now, these two cards that I'm going to show next, these are emotions, and these are kind of like either emotions that you exhibit or emotions that people around you exhibit. And you're probably not like, you're like, well, why do they do that? So we'll get into that. So the first one here is awe. Yeah, people they're like inspired by you. They're just in awe of the changes that you've gone through. Hello, look at this reading. It said everything, right? You guys have been through it all. And people just stand in awe at you. They're like, wow, Pile One, you've done so much. Like, you've changed so much, and you're so amazing. And they're just awe. Like, it's like mouth dropping, tongue rolling out. Like, I cannot believe you've changed your life this much. The other one is bored. Sorry, I got stuff on the card. I can't change it. I probably should just get a new card, but that's okay. One of those ones, once I make a deck, I make a deck. It's done. It lives and it gets loved. I feel like a lot of people who are interested in you or are very attracted to you, they act bored around you. I don't feel like you're in this energy of boredom. Like, because I feel like you're always, like, paying attention to yourself, loving yourself, giving back to yourself, doing things that matter for you. Like, really focusing on these things. And I feel like people act like they're bored when they can't break you down, or when they don't know what to say. It's just easier for them to act bored in your life than it is to say, I don't understand you, because people don't want to admit that they don't know. Like, they feel like being ignorant of a situation is being stupid, and that's not true. If you don't know something, you don't know something, but not everybody accepts that. And so I feel like a lot of people may act bored around you, and you're probably like, why do people just like zone out when I'm talking to them? That's why. It's because they're in awe of you, and they don't know how to step up to your level, and they don't necessarily realize that just being themselves is what's going to get them access to you, right? Yeah, so we have House 11 coming through. Friends, like-minded groups, and humanitarian beliefs. This is great. So this is like, House 11 is ruled by Aquarius energy, right? And so you have this energy coming through. You're so unique, right? That's what people find attractive about you. You're so unique. And I feel like it's really hard for you guys to find friends or people who are even on the same journey as you and have this same idea of like helping others out. And so this is just saying, like, this is Source acknowledging this. And you guys, as the more you heal and the more you grow, the easier it's going to be for you guys to find people who are on this level. And the more you use your discernment, you guys have done so much on your journey that you're about to fall into this energy of really bringing in like-minded people. Like, you see this mountain here? You guys have climbed the mountain. Like, look at this. I'm going to bring this up a little closer here. Maybe get it out of the light. I hope you guys can see that. Right? Like, you guys have climbed this huge mountain back here, and you guys do deserve to have people in your life that are on the same journey as you and that aren't exactly like you. That's not what this is about. It's just people that you can talk to and people who aren't going to get in this energy of like, oh, I don't understand pile one, so I'm just going to act bored and uninterested. Like, no, you deserve people who are excited about what you're talking about, and if they don't understand, they're willing to ask you questions. Mutable. So mutable is Pisces, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Virgo energy, Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces energy. I hope I said them all. I got myself tongue-tied. And that's about surrender, fluidity, and welcoming change. Another confirmation of what we've talked about in this reading, like how much change you guys have experienced in your life. This is the one ultimate thing that people really find attractive about you. When people are so resistant to change and they meet you, and your life is just constantly going through all these ups and downs, these twists and turns. They're just like, they're inspired by you, but also they're just so taken aback that you're willing to welcome change. And hardships don't seemingly get you down, even though I feel like that's not necessarily the case. I feel like hardships they're hard on you. They're hardships for a reason. They're hard on you, but people don't see it that way from the outside looking in. They see it as you just are open arms, welcome, whatever life brings me, I'm here, I'll deal with it the best I can. And that's exactly how you are. But you guys, people don't see the sadness that you've been through or that you're going through at any one moment, because they just see the strength that you guys are exhibiting. The power. We have lightning in the power. And again, another confirmation of that dualistic energy that you guys are embracing within yourself. Without lightning, there cannot be thunder. This is without one, the other doesn't exist. And when we talk about the duality in life, the contrast in life, right? Exactly what I was saying. Like, you guys have had a lot of contrast. You guys have had a lot of upsets. And that upset, it's like, finally things are going to balance out for you guys. And people see that right now. It may not feel like that personally for you, that things are balancing out. But people are seeing it from the outside looking in. They're seeing that your life is balancing out. Like, no matter what you've been through now, it like feels like you guys are super lucky. And people are attracted to that. And that makes you a very powerful person. Okay, and that makes you very intriguing person, because people don't understand how it is that you survived all of those things. Let's see what your Kuan Yin card is. I love this. This is actually the very first card that I got when I got this deck, and so I love that this came out for you guys. We have the Amaryllis Lute, which is number 34 here. And let me see if I can get that. The sunlight is right there in the middle of the reading, and I apologize. There. So I hope you guys can see that. And I hope everything is... It's just the camera's at a weird angle and I can't actually see it, so I'm hoping everything looks good. I'm going to read this one to you guys. I love that this one came out for you guys. Alright, you guys can see it there. Let me see, I'll hold it up right here so it's not quite in the light. It says, "You have won a victory, beloved, a victory over the past, and the Amaryllis Lute is sounding through every cell of your being. heralding your rising vibration as you leave fear behind you once again. In fact, the lute says you are growing fast and spiritually. Wait, I got lost. Sorry. Spiritually, you are outgrowing your old life even more so. What was I saying? Like those people who've been in your life, we've got confirmation time and time again. These are people who've known you for a while who are watching you. Okay? When your vibration changes, so too does your life, beloved. This is natural. It is safe and loving for you to release that which no longer feels right for you, no matter how much it was important in your old life. It might not have the same place in your new life. Just as a musical instrument can play notes at higher or lower vibrations, your own vibration is being refined as you are growing fast spiritually. This is wonderful. Be brave as you trust that you are allowed indeed. You are spiritually encouraged to allow your vibration to continue rising, even though that sometimes means leaving people, places, situations, and things behind. Some people and situations will grow with you at an equal pace, and others will meet you in the next upward spiral of your unfolding consciousness and life path, and still others will weigh you down, and you will need to let them go so that they may live their own destiny according to their own choices and times. Beautiful. I love this confirmation for you guys. This is a confirmation what we talked about with the 11th house here, house 11. And just everything in general. Like, you guys have changed so much. You guys have become this beautiful, fluid energy, and people are noticing that about you. People who have known you for a long time. This could be family, friends, coworkers, even your boss, just people that have been around you, people who've seen you for a long time, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, social media connections, whatever it is. These are people who've watched you from afar because you've always had a beautiful light, and now you guys are really embodying that light within, and that just kind of sets people off, and you guys have left a lot of people. And don't be mad about that, understanding that this is the thing that makes you very attractive. And this is going to help you guys attract very high vibrational individuals into your life. Okay? This is what I have for you, pile number 1. I hope that this helps. I'm sending you guys out so much love. It was such an honor to connect with you today. If this resonates, please hit that thumbs up button down below. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys hit that notification bell so you always know when the next video does go live. For ease, I post every other Wednesday on this channel at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is just for your convenience. And I will leave it here until we meet each other again. I hope you guys have a blessed rest of your day, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye. Hi, pile 2. Welcome to your reading. This is for those of you guys that chose the amethyst here. This is going to be for you. What is it that others find attractive about you, or what is it that makes you attractive? We've got your dice set up. Got some incense burning. I'm going to show this at the end because I am going to read this card. We'll see what it is. Pile number 1 was really great. It was fun. So first and foremost, the one thing that makes you guys attractive is you guys have a very fiery attitude, right? Very spicy. Caliente. Okay, and the reason I say that is because when I was drawing your guys' card, your oracle card flew over the fire, and I thought it was going to set it on fire, and it didn't, thankfully. No crazy. It's just, that's the thing. People feel the bite of your personality, and that's something that people find very attractive. Okay? So, Source, what is it that people find attractive about pile number 2? What is it that others find attractive about pile number 2? Thank you, Source. What is it that others find attractive about pile number 2? Let's see what comes out for you guys. I'm excited. I was excited to do this reading, so. Alright, what makes pile number 2 attractive? Wow. Alright, first and foremost. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. What else makes pile number 2 attractive, Source? What makes pile number 2 attractive to others? How do others find pile number 2 attractive? Alright, well, I'll take them. I didn't want to do 4 cards, but they're coming out. So let me just check and make sure there's not another one that Source wants. Because if it is, then that means that there was too many. Okay, I got you. You guys may ask why I do that, but the reason being is because sometimes it's like 3 cards will be explained by another card more easily. What makes pile number 2 attractive, Source? One more card, please. Yeah, thank you. See how easily it came out afterwards? Yeah, that makes so much sense. We'll check out what's on the bottom of the pile afterwards. I've got your dice. Okay, so let's see. We've got the Ten of Swords reversed. Okay, we have the Sun reversed. This really just explains that fiery energy that I was talking about. Don't feel like, oh, these are really bad cards. No, they're not. They're not bad cards. Don't worry. And we have the House of God reversed. These are all reversed. Okay. You're stubborn. You're a stubborn person. It came out, it was so loud. Okay. But it's like an attractive stubborn. It's like you guys stand for what you believe in, and you're not going to let others tell you what you can and can't do. And you guys are very firm in the way that you believe things, and it kind of like scares people. Like there's this energy of really like you have an intimidating type of energy. Like pile 1 was intimidating too, but this is like a different kind of intimidating. I feel like people don't really approach you for anything at all. Like unless somebody knows you, they're not going to come up to you at all. Like they're just going to kind of leave you alone. They're not going to say much unless you initiate something with them. And even then when you initiate, you may have this energy of where people kind of like back off, like they don't actually keep initiating with you, like, and you might be like, man, nobody sticks around in my life. And it's not that people don't stick around in your life, it's just that they're afraid of the bite. Like they're afraid they're going to do something that really makes you mad, and like that's it. And you might be like, how is that an attractive trait? It's attractive because people wish they were more like you. People wish they could be more stern in the way that they see their own life, and that's what makes you so attractive here. That's really a beautiful thing. And it's like I was saying, you guys are very fiery. Like I'm getting that energy of like so cliche. Some of you guys may have red hair, right? Like that's the type of fiery energy that I'm getting, like that cliche belief that's around redheads about how they're very fiery, they've got an attitude, they've got anger issues, like all that stuff. It's not that it's necessarily true or it's not true, it's just that's something it's a cliche thing, but that's the type of energy that's coming through here, okay? And others are very like they're attractive to you because they're like pile 2. Don't take no crap off of nobody, right? Why do I hear that right now? I see pride. I see power. I see a badass mother who don't take no crap off of nobody, right? Like that's the type of energy they see you as. They're just like, wow. And you guys may seem kind of like, I do not feel at all like you guys are very out in the open with anything. Like you guys are very private. You guys are very mysterious. You guys keep everything to yourselves. Like people don't know you. Like they don't know you unless they know you type energies. Like unless you've spent time to get to know me, I don't know anybody. And I'm okay with that. And it's a very attractive energy because you guys are very elusive, right? You're very elusive and no one can pin you down. And it's like when somebody thinks that they have you figured out, they don't. Like you come out with something else and you're like, oh yeah, sure. And it's not that you necessarily notice when people are trying to like pin you down or put something on you. It's just that that's just who you are. Like you just don't fit into anybody's bubble of what life is. You're a very unique individual. Like you're very unconventional, right? You may dress completely different from everybody. Like if you worked in an office and everybody wore like really nice clothes, you'd still wear nice clothes, but you would pick like darker colors. Like you might be the one that they consider goth, and or you might be the one that only shows up wearing dark purples and dark navies. You never wear any kind of bright color because it's just not your style. It's just not a part of you. Like you're very, very much this, like what's the word that I keep hearing it, but then it just kind of like eludes me. Like I was saying, you guys are very elusive. Like you're almost this, like I just heard medieval. Come on guys, for real. Yeah, I just heard that medieval came through. So it's like you guys may like the Renaissance fair and stuff like that, and you might not tell people about it, or you guys might like studying history I think that's what's coming through here. Like, that's the type, like, kind of like a professor type energy. Like, you guys are very just, you like to study, you like to learn things, but you're not very much out in public all the time. Like, what you guys do is very behind the scenes, and you're okay with that, like, tech type energy. Like, right? You're not in customer service. If you are in customer service, it's because that's what you have been doing for a long time, but you're more like behind the scenes. Like, I want to be where I'm not talking to a lot of people. I want to be where I'm not dealing with a lot of people face to face, because I'm not bright and sunny. I'm just not that disposition. I'm not that at all. And people find that attractive because, you know, there's a lot of people around you that maybe put on a face, and you don't put on a face. Like, you're not going to just smile for the sake of smiling. Like, if you don't feel like smiling today, you're just not going to smile. And people are like, I wish I could be more like that. And I feel like that's the other thing too. It's like, you guys just don't change. Like even though you guys change, right? Like I was saying, like, people try to pin you down. Like, you guys don't change. Like, you don't change who you are. There's nothing unauthentic about you. You guys are very authentic to who you are, and you live in that fully. And you're not, like, it's fine if you want to go and learn more about the spiritual journey. It's fine if you want to go and learn more about history. It's fine if you want to go learn more about math. It's fine. Whatever it is that you learn about. But it's not that that necessarily changes you as a person. It just makes you more open to who you are as your individual needs. So it's like, and like, you guys are very solitary type individuals. You're not surrounded by a lot of people. You may not have but one or two friends. Like, you guys don't even have a circle because there's not enough people to have a circle. It's the type of energy here, and that's what people find attractive, but they're too scared. They're too scared to come up and be like, hey, Pile 2, how do I get to know you? And I don't feel like you're a scary person. It's just that you give that energy. It's like, you guys might have an RBF, a resting bitch face. Like, that's the type of energy here. And you guys aren't like that at all. Like, you're not. You're actually a very kind person. You're very intelligent too. Like, there's this intelligence. Like, you guys have a lot of book smart. You guys absorb a lot of information, and you're willing to share that information with people. But there's not a lot of people who take time to get to know you. Like, everybody wants these very shallow type relationships, and you're just not about that at all. You're like, nope. Like, you don't even let people open up to that at all. Yeah. See, what was I saying? You guys are super caring. Like, you guys do. You have a big heart, but you don't, like, if you look at the Queen of Cups here, right? She has a lid on her cup. Like, she's just not, oh, like, you can have my love. No, like, it's like, you kind of have to, it's not that she's not compassionate, okay? Here's the thing with the Queen of Cups, and at least in my deck. She's a very compassionate person. She's very loving. She's very intuitive. As she has learned discernment. And she's not afraid, like, if you see her sword here, she's not afraid to cut people off like the Queen of Swords. She's not afraid to cut people out of her life. She's not afraid to say what's on her mind or what she's really feeling. Like, if you see someone being, like, wearing a mask, you're going to be the first one to say, hey, I'm calling you out, you know, BS, that's BS, you know, and you're not afraid to do that. Like, when it comes to speaking how you feel on things, you're not afraid to speak about it. And that keeps people from coming into your life. Because it's intimidating, it's scary, it's, you know, and it's not that you're scary, it's just that you're so authentic and true to yourself. Yeah, and you keep a lot of things hidden. People feel like you're dangerous. Like, you have this air of danger to you. It's like, that's what's attractive, you know? Like, we are oftentimes attracted and scared of the things that we don't understand or know. And that's exactly where you guys are. Like, I can't necessarily say that I have ever encountered someone quite like you. This is a different type of energy. You know, you guys are just very, like, maybe on the outside, somebody who wouldn't know you or doesn't know you, like somebody looking from the outside who's never even said one word to you, they might feel like you're just a really ruthless kind of person, right? Like, and you're not at all. And that danger is what people are, they're like really, they're really attracted to that. And they're attracted to the fact that, like, you bring out in them a side that they don't think would ever be there if it wasn't for meeting you. Like, you guys are very kind of rare energy, is what I'm getting here. There's not a lot of people like you at all. In fact, it'd be odd if you guys had met somebody like you. Like, I'm sure you hear from whoever's close to you, like, you're just a one of a kind, because that's the type of energy that's coming here. It's like very one of a kind, and people are very much like, they know once they get close to you that you're this beautiful individual. You're very open. You have so much to say, to talk about, and you can talk about anything. I feel like you guys can really, truly talk about anything. But to get to know you is very exhausting and overwhelming, because you bring out the triggers within a person, because you're not afraid to say things like they are. Like, if you feel like somebody's being false, you're going to say, hey, you're being false. Like, I see it. And they're going to have some excuse, and you're either going to call bullshit on their excuse, or you're going to walk out. You're going to be like, I'm not going to deal with this. I said what I needed to say, and that's it. And it kind of like makes people like nervous, really nervous around you. And so it scares them, and there's this air of danger about you, but it's like a good kind, like, it's a good kind of danger. It's not like a terrible, like, you're not, don't ever feel like that. Like, and I don't feel like you guys ever would, but this is like, you guys are the darkness. Like, it's the darkness and the light, right? Like, it's weird because you have these people who are very bubbly and vibrant. Like, I would consider myself that, right? A bubbly and vibrant person. And yet you have these other people who balance that out, who are also light workers or workers of the light, but are the darkness, right? Who are the ones that sit in the solemn part of life and aren't so loud and aren't so boisterous and aren't so out there for everybody, but they still make such massive change just by being okay with exuding this part of themselves that is I wish I could really put this into words. Like, I'm really like at a loss for words of how to describe you, because you're so unique. And I don't want that to deter you from this reading by any means. I really don't, because the thing is that you're really beautiful energy. You have this really beautiful energy, but it's like at face value, like you're what people would consider have had a rough life, or you maybe spent time in jail, or like that's the type of at face value. Like, people would really think like you're just that kind of person. Like, I can't get to know you because you're gonna make my life be a bad influence on my life. But when people get to know you, it's like you actually have this very positive effect on people's life once they get to know you, because so much of the time people are judging you from the outside, and it's not fair. It's not fair to you, right? But that's the thing that people find attractive about you, is because of the energy that you put out there. It's like, I'm a no BS kind of person, and the second I smell BS, like, I'm gone. I'm out. I'm done. Yeah, you guys take action. Right? When people refuse to change, you take action. You're the one that takes action most of the time. You're the one that ends relationships. You guys are the ones that end connections. You guys, and that kind of, it's oddly enough is a very attractive trait. It's a very attractive trait. You wouldn't think, you'd be like, why is that an attractive trait? Because people will sit and be in a miserable situation because they're too scared to say what's on their mind, and you're not. And that's what people are like, wow, like, pile 2, you're brave, you're strong, you're amazing, you do everything that I wish I could do, but I don't think I could ever do, right? And I feel like you've been like that your whole life, and it's just gotten more so as you've gotten older, because you've learned how to really use that in a conductive way, right? So let's get some, let's ask the dice. Circe, what do people find attractive about pile number 2? What else can you tell us? What do people find attractive about pile number 2? Okay, so we have house 2. We have Libra. And people want a relationship with you. And the moon. Wow, that was the moon. It just flipped over here, guys. There we go. Okay. I would zoom in, but it would just make a mess of everything. So I'm just going to leave it like that. I hope you guys can see them. But honestly, guys, like, you guys have this beautiful... It's really intense because people want a relationship with you. Like, they want to build a connection with you because you make them feel things that they've never felt before. Like, I wish I could say, oh, it's exactly this. No, but it's different for everybody. Like, you make people feel things that they've never felt before. And you guys are actually very successful individuals, right? Like, they see you as a super successful person. They see you as taking care of business, taking care of your finances, building things. Like, you have good self-esteem, and, you know, you're not afraid to work hard for what it is that you want. And your priorities are taking care of yourself and making sure that you're comfortable. People see these things about you, and that's attractive. It's like you guys have mastered self-care on another level. And it's like, that's the thing that's so attractive to you guys. It's like, that's why you don't put up with anybody else's madness and insanities. Because it's like, no, I've spent time taking care of myself. And I've spent time learning about myself and being who I am. And not being afraid of who I am. Like, you guys are not scared of you at all in the mirror. And it's like, you appreciate yourself. And that is a very intimidating trait to people. Like, they just don't understand. And they want to build a relationship with you. But that's the thing. It's like, there's this energy coming through here. It's like, they don't know how to get to that side of you. Because when they really get to know you, they see how harmonious you are and how you are relationship oriented. Right? But this is that confirmation of, you don't like people who are superficial. You don't like people who are gullible. You do not like people who are passive aggressive. And I feel like when people are passive aggressive to you, that's the thing that you really call out. And it's like, you're super friendly and you're thoughtful. You have these debates. You like law and order. You like things to be a certain way. But you've also noticed in your life that you've had people who have openly judged you to your face or been open enemies. And because of that, you've learned how to become this exterior. Right? It's like, you become your exterior. It's not that you're not this kind person. It's like, what you show on the outside isn't different from who you are. It's just such a small part of who you are. It's like the iceberg, right? Like the 10% and the 90%. And you're really this diplomatic person. Like, you're not afraid to help people with with advice and solutions. And it's like this energy of people really want to be connected with you. You know, Libra is the energy of relationships and connections. And it's like, when you have a connection, people are really appreciative. So those people who are close to you, like, they're really appreciative that you're in their life, because you're so helpful and you're so kind, and you just help them find balance in their own life. And it's not that they're gaining something from you. It's just that you can't help that. That's you, right? And so that's what people find attractive about you. So I feel like there's some people around you who have seen you with close friends or maybe your family, and they see how you are with your family, and that's so different than how you are with the whole rest of the world. And it's not you even wearing a mask. It's just that they don't get to see the deeper parts of you until they see a glimpse of it when you have maybe your guard down, or when you're out with people who you really care about, right? And that just kind of like, people are like, whoa, like, you're so different from what I expected. And it's not and you're not. And you're not at all. You're not different from what anybody. It's just that everybody has this judgment, right? And it's because you guys have I think you guys have spent a lot of time, not only in your personal needs, but in your unconscious mind. What's going on with your emotions? What's going on with your habits? And reflecting on that, and really spending time taking care of yourself. You know, the moon is all connected to the mother figure, and we had the moon, and I love how the moon came out together here. And it's like, you guys have really learned about keeping things to yourself and private. And it's like, I'm not just going to put my stuff out there. But when people are able to get beyond this fear that they have, because again, that's nothing to do with you. This is something that they have within themselves that's reflected. And it's like, when they see you, that's reflected back to them. And so it's a projection of that fear out towards you. But it's like, when they get beyond that fear and they actually are able to approach you, they see how nurturing you really are, right? we have this Cancerian energy coming through here. The moon is ruled by Cancer. The Queen of Cups rules Cancer, right? And the moon in tarot is rules Pisces, and there's still Piscean Cancer energy here coming through here, okay? But this beautiful energy, this connection of that depth and that unknown. And when you think about Piscean energy for just a second, it's the Neptune, it's the unknown, it's the subconscious, right? Well, the moon is all about your subconscious, and Cancer is the mother of the zodiac. And so you have this energy when people get beyond the hard shell, right? The hard shell of the crab. They get to the soft, gooey insides of who you are. Like, you really have this beautiful demeanor to you and this beautiful energy. And it's just people, you guys may have been a shaman in a past life, right? And so that has carried with you up until now. But people find that very attractive. And it might not feel like it, but that's really how people are. Let's get some more on it. Source, what other messages can you give us for pile number 2? Thank you. Yeah. You guys are very intuitive. And you're not afraid to juggle multiple things at once. Like, not just juggling things, like taking care of multiple things at once and weighing the options of what's going on in your life. Look at the symbol of the moon here again, right? I love that. That's the 2 of diamonds, guys. Okay. We have the 5 of spades coming out here. Yeah, you guys do not lay your cards out on the table at all. Like, look at this. It's like, even here, you don't see what this guy has in his hand, and you don't see what she has in her hand, right? It's like you guys don't show your cards to people, and it's like people want to see, but it's like you always have your cards face down. Like, you're the person that when you get cards, you lift up the corner to see what you have, right? You have your hand all over it, and you lift up the corner to see what you have. It's like people find that very attractive because it's mysterious, right? It's super mysterious, and people are often attracted to what is mysterious. Yeah, and the 6 of Cups. Yeah, there's some people in your past that are constantly with you guys, and they see how caring and loving you are towards them. And it's like, you know, people are just, it's interesting because that's not the side of you that they get, right? They don't get that side. And it's not, again, it's not you wearing a mask. It's just you're very careful about who you give your energy to, and you're private, and who cares if you're private? That's your choice. You know, we don't need everybody coming out and being like, oh, I'm this or I'm that or whatever, right? Because that's not how it goes. Too many people put their business out to the world, and then everybody wants to know what's going on, and you're just not that person. You're not that person at all. So I'm going to get a couple oracle cards on this here, guys. Okay. Yeah, you guys are not afraid to change direction either. Like, that's something that's coming through very strongly here. Oh, wow. I love how that one flipped over. And I can't, with your guys' I can't, like, if you guys saw that, I don't know if you saw it flip over. I'm just going to show you. Yeah, it's out of screen. I didn't know it was out of screen. Look, this flipped over. And what did I say? You guys have this very fiery energy. We have fire, passion coming out. It flipped over, guys. It flipped out. And so I'm going to leave this one right here for right now. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But I love that. I love that because it's confirmation of exactly what was going on in the beginning. Source, what other oracle cards can we put on it for pile number 2? Okay. I want one more. Yeah, that's the one. Thank you. Okay. So let's see what we got going on here. I'm going to put some emotions out on the table. These could be emotions that you maybe exude or that other people exude around you. So yeah, we have awe coming out. So people are definitely awestruck by you. I heard starstruck right now. Like, that's the first thing that came out. Starstruck. But that's definitely something that people feel when they're around you, starstruck. Like, they're just like, wow, pile 2. Delighted. When people get to know you, what was I saying? Like, your friends, the people who are close to you, like, they're just so blessed and they feel so good that you're in their life. Like, these are the people who are delighted. And I love that this came up over the 6 of Hearts over here because that's that energy of past love. That's in this deck, okay? Like, these are 2 different decks. And This one is talking about people who've been around for a long time. This card talks about people who've been there through thick and thin with you. Like, you guys have just been through a lot, and they're delighted and they're so happy that you're a part of their life. Like, they truly are honored by you being in their life. We have number 13. Source whispers to us constantly to do better, to be better. When we resist, we choke on those whispers with pride. It stops speaking to us, not because our pride silenced it. No, it's because we've proven we will not listen. And that's the thing. It's like you're constantly listening, and I feel like you guys are very aware of everything that's going on around you. You guys have this very acute sense of every little thing that's going on, whether it's nuance or it's blatant. It doesn't matter. Like, you guys are very open and aware of all the things that are going on, and this is something you build stability on in your character, and you guys have learned to deal with your pride. Like, that's something that you guys are constantly dealing with. It's like, it's not that you're a proud person, it's just that you guys have, like, the emotional ego, you guys have really dealt with that, you know, that subconscious energy, the things that maybe you didn't know before, and you're really letting those come to surface. And then we have number 5 here. It says, don't get discouraged. It is often the last key on the ring that opens the lock. Anonymous. This is how people feel. They find it attractive, but they also feel this way when they get close to you, because you're like that. You're the last key you're the last key on the ring that opens the lock. Like, they can't figure you out. They can't get close to you. It takes a long time for people to get close to you, and they find that very attractive. And you guys are very action oriented here. We have a lot of solar plexus energy coming through here. Let's talk about this for a minute. Fire, passion, right? When I drew this card, it flew over here into the flame. And if you guys watched the shuffle in the beginning, that was one of the things that I said. Source wants you to know that you guys have a fiery attitude. That's something that people find attractive. We have fire coming out here. This is a huge confirmation of your entire reading. Like, you guys are very passionate people. You guys are very beautiful, but people, they get burned when they get too close to you, because if they're not authentic, they just, that's it. You're just not going to accept anything less than somebody who's authentic, right? It's not to say that the people in your life are completely authentic. It's just that you've been with each other for such an amount of time that you know who they are. And maybe you don't have anybody in your life right now, but I do feel like there's somebody in your life, and you see them as an authentic individual, and they don't feel your wrath, right? And it's not that you're a mean person or anything like that. It's just you guys are so... When you say honest to a fault, that is what you guys are. It's not that it's a fault, but that's saying honest to a fault, right? When you guys are so honest, it's like somebody says, does this make me look fat? And you think it does, or you see that it does, that nuance energy, right? You're going to say, yes, it does. You shouldn't wear that. And that's going to hurt that person's feelings. This is just an example, guys. But you guys are not, like, you don't let that get you down. You don't let that hurt your feelings. You don't let that do anything. It hurts their feelings, and you're like, that's on you. Like, you leave that on them. But that's the kind of energy that you guys put out, is you're very honest, and you're very open with that honesty, and you're not afraid to tell people like you see it. But not everybody's willing to hear that back. And others that see that in you, they find that super attractive, because that's a trait that they wish they had, that they wish they could develop. We have Leo. Look, self-confidence, loyalty, creativity. Look at this heart with the flame in the center here. This heart's on fire. Again, this very fiery energy. And Leos are like ruled by the sun. We're talking about solar plexus energy here. Now, Leo itself rules the Ajna chakra, right? Which is the third eye. Or no, the crown chakra. It's either Ajna or crown. I can't remember right now. I'll have to check that out. But it rules one of the upper chakras, okay, guys? And so you're talking about these two very spiritual, mystical chakras that connect with Source and that connect with our intuition. And so you have that, and that's how you lead your life, is based on what is passionate and fiery for you. And you don't, like, you live your life, and you are in life the way you live your life, right? Like, you show yourself as you live your life. They're not different. They're one and the same. And that's a beautiful thing. Neptune, and I love that Neptune came out, and we were talking about Piscean energy, dream and transcend. You guys definitely transcend a lot of your problems and your issues and your upsets, the things that you experience on a day-to-day basis, or the things that you experience just in life in general. You guys definitely transcend that. And you dream big, and you dream big. Like I was saying, like people see you as very successful in life and very much like in this energy of taking care of business. And you guys aren't afraid to dream big. And in doing so, you guys have also learned how to let go of things that aren't serving you. And that is something that people find attractive. Like they're like, wow, wherever you're at in life, and you may not feel very successful, but you look very successful because you've done so much in your life and you're very passionate about the route that you're taking. Okay, so let's take a look at this card here. I'm gonna read it out of the book for you guys. So let's see here. Let me grab the book. We'll see what we got. Many Hands of the Goddess, number 17. You guys see that? Okay, let me see. Let's see what she says. What does Kuan Yin say here? Okay. It says the goddess Kuan Yin brings blessings to multiple projects and many different parts of your life and consciousness, beloved. She is not limited to one task at a time. Do not be afraid to surrender into her guiding wisdom and creative genius now, for there is much that you can accomplish together and she wants to assist you. We often create well when focusing on one project at a time, seeing it through to completion, then tending to the next. Sometimes our attention might be stretched across numerous projects, especially if you have a lot of natural creative energy at your disposal. You may worry that you are being stretched beyond your capacity to be productive, that your creative energy is being dissipated by flipping from one project to another, and that you will not complete anything. Guidance from Kuan Yin is to release your worries and intentions to her and then let her guide you. When you feel strongly to work on a particular project, perhaps to focus on it for a time, do so. When you feel to step back from it and rest, do so. In the rest, you will replenish, gain new perspective, and return to your creative work more productive. It is an essential part of the process. Trust that she is uplifting, guiding, and instructing you through your own intuition so that your projects and creative desires will manifest with the highest wisdom and in the best order and timing. You do not, look, I love this. You do not have to worry about having too many logs on the fire. You just need to let Kuan Yin guide you and follow her impulses faithfully. Look at that. Again, fire. This fire energy, guys, because of creativity. You guys are super creative individuals. People find that super attractive about you. It's like you guys are so wrapped up in what you're doing. You're dreaming big. You're creating what you want in this life. And you're so wrapped up in that scares people away. And they're not going to, like, I don't want you guys to get disheartened by that at all. I don't feel like you do. I feel like it's just something you've noticed. And I want you guys to understand that that means that you guys are clearing out the garbage, the muck, the gunk, and you guys are allowing yourselves to raise your vibration and bring in people who are going to vibrate at a higher level with you. And that is a beautiful, beautiful thing. I loved your reading. This was so much fun. I hope that this helps you guys. I just hope that you enjoyed it as well. If it did resonate, hit that thumbs up button down below. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys do set that notification bell so you always know when the next video does go live. And I'm going to leave it there. And until we see each other again, I hope you guys have a blessed rest of your day. And I'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Pile 3, welcome to your pile. And this is for those of you guys that chose the green aventurine. This is for you. We're going to check this out at the end of the reading as I will read that from you. We've got your dice ready. And I'm going to draw the cards on camera, see what we got going on today. Both the other piles were incredible, really. They've been so different. I know your guys' is too. So let's see. What do others find attractive about you, pile 3? What do others find attractive about you, pile 3? What do others find attractive about you, pile 3? What do others find attractive about you? Okay. Let's see what we got going on for you. Source, what do others find attractive about pile number 3? Okay, thank you. Source, what do others find attractive about pile number 3? Thank you. Right. What do others find attractive about pile number 3, Source? What do others find attractive about pile number 3? Thank you. Okay. Let's see what we got going on here, guys. I hope that this is focused. Alright, we'll try that. This has come out in every pile today. That is so crazy. Just this one card. Okay. So we have the House of God reversed. We have the Devil reversed. And the Page of Swords, or the Knave of Swords. And don't freak out, guys. These may seem like negative cards, but they're really not. Like, it's okay. I feel like this energy is coming through here. You guys have started a new venture. And this is what people find attractive about you, is that you weren't afraid to try it. And now you're really stubborn when it comes to that. But not just stubborn, like you're... Like, even though, like, it feels like a lot of things are happening, right? So it's like you guys tried this new venture and a lot of things keep happening to you. So maybe you decided to travel, and that's like go backpacking. This is just an example, okay? You guys decided to go backpacking, and it seems like at every turn, maybe you guys had to spend extra money, you ran out of money, and you couldn't find a place to sleep, or, you know, like the weather just turned on you, and you were constantly having to find places to go, and it's like it seemed like every day something was happening, right? And you never gave up. Like, you were just like, this is what I decided to do. This is how I'm going to do it. Like, I'm not going to give up. And people see that about you, and they find that very attractive, because it's like you don't let the hardships get you down. You don't let temptations get you down. You don't let the obsession of maybe materialism get you down, or money, or anything like that. Like, you don't let any of that get you down. You don't let it tie you down. Right? You are on this journey of either self-discovery. I heard self-serving, but not like in a bad way, like not in a egotistical way. This is like you guys figuring out about yourself, okay? And you don't let anybody tie you down, too. And that's the other thing here. Like, you don't let anybody tie you down. You guys are coming from this place of you could be single. You might not be. You might have somebody in your life, but you guys are very unconventional in the way that you guys approach relationships, and that's something that's very attractive to about you, that others find extremely attractive. But the main thing here is that no matter what life throws at you, you guys aren't, like, you're not attached to a certain outcome. You guys are not attached to this idea that it has to be a certain type of way. Like, you guys are very much open to how things come. It's like this ebb and flow. And you guys are very much trusting in the process. And, you know, it's interesting because if you look at these cards, like this is the House of God card in my deck, and you have the Devil. So you have God and the Devil. These are these two complete opposite energies coming through here, right? Yes, it's not an angel, but when you really think about this, this is God coming through and knocking off the emotional ego and knocking you off of your high horse and making sure that you understand that it's about being humble in life type energy, okay? Yes, I know it's in the reverse, but hear me out. You have the Devil here, which is that all things that are temptations, that are bad, that are like, you know, like the obsessions, the addictions, and all these things, right? Both in reverse here. But you have these two opposing energies that are like guiding you through. It's like, this is what I feel intuitively called to. And people are questioning your intuition. And I don't feel like you are, and you might, but you don't question it out in public. Like, you're not telling people, I shouldn't have listened to my intuition. Like, my intuition was wrong. Like, it's just, that's how many things seem to happen along the way of you choosing to do this. And so you don't give up, though. Like, you don't let that be a defining factor in where you're going. You don't let that become who you are. Like, you're just like, no, like, I can't control any of these things outside of me. And so in doing so, I'm not going to let that deter me from doing what I want to do. Yes, it's going to be hard, but the experience is far worth it. Far more worth it to me than these situations that are happening here and there that are making things seem difficult, right? I feel like 3 is a very powerful number for you. I just have to say, I mean, you are pile 3, but I'm seeing 3 everywhere here. And so I feel like that's a very powerful number for you guys. And there's this energy coming through here where like you guys have definitely gone through a lot and people see that, but they also see you not losing this childlike energy of being able to be curious and open to what life has, right? Like you guys are very curious about life and you let that curiosity lead you in your life. And that's a beautiful thing here. Like you take action. It's like you don't let the upsets bring you down, right? What else? Can I get some more energy on this source? What do others find attractive about pile number 3? Yeah, like you guys don't so all about control, right? Like you guys let go of control. You guys are not letting the situation control you. You're not letting what's outside of you control you, and that's what's very attractive to you. You guys are very open with how you take action in life, and it feels like things seem very karmic for you at first, but then suddenly you become super abundant in whatever it is that you're doing, and that's what people see and they find very attractive. Like you never let those karmic situations bring you down. Like you go through like why am I hearing this song right now? Into the thick of it. Like I'm hearing that right now. That's what coming, but like that's what you guys do. You go through the jungle. Like you go through the thicket, you go through the rose bushes, you go through the hard stuff. And you don't let anything deter you, and that's a very attractive trait. You guys are very childlike, though. Like, there's this energy around you guys where you're very childlike. You're very kind and compassionate, but there's this curiosity that's surrounding you guys that people just find very attractive. Like, you guys could appear very young as well. Like, you might be older, but you guys don't look your age at all. You guys appear younger than your age. And that's an attractive quality because not, like good genes, sure, but it's like it makes people feel like you have like child at heart, like you're a child at heart, right? Yeah, you guys definitely let this change the way you see things. You're very comfortable with who you are and the way you see the world, and you realize that the good and the bad, it's all gonna happen, and you guys are willing to be open to that, and that's very attractive to you guys. People admire that you're very comfortable in your skin too. Like you're not afraid of what you look like. You're not afraid of how you present yourself. Like you're not afraid of that. Even though it's not necessarily how others would do it, right? Like that, we have that energy. When things go bad, most people just give up, and you don't, right? And that's because you see things from a whole different way than others do, and you guys are very creative in the way that you approach things, but you're also looking at it from a very truthful place of like, what is right for me? How am I going to do this for me? And, we have 12 coming out with the number 3 again, and I was saying 3 is a very powerful number for you guys. Well, what else, Source? What else do others find attractive about pile number 3? Whoa, okay. You guys, that's interesting. Yeah, okay. You guys maybe not have a family. Like parents or siblings or anything like that. Maybe you guys are very alone. I don't want to say that you guys were orphans. Maybe some of you guys were. Like, I'm not trying to say that like to be mean or anything. Like, there's this energy right here that's coming through. It's like basically you guys had family that, or friends who were like family, or coworkers or whatever, these people who were like family, and it presented a lot of challenges for you in the past. And what ended up happening is that you guys walked away from them, right? They had a lot of issues with you, and it's like you guys may be the baby in the family, And because of that, like, you guys are the ones that are different. You guys are the ones that are unique. And this is something that is attractive to people because it's like you guys let go of ties that most people wouldn't let go of. Right? These are ties that people rely on in their life, and you guys had to let them go because of the situation at hand. And due to that, like, you guys actually let go of a cycle from your family. Like, you guys healed a karmic wound in your family. That's just a side note here. But people find that intriguing, and they find that very attractive, and they find the fact that you're willing to go through the ups and downs in life as and still not lose this childlike quality. I apologize, I need to take a drink. Like, you guys are still very strong individuals, and you're willing to go with the flow of life, and that's something that people find very attractive to you. Look, guys, I cannot make this up. We have the 5 of coins on the bottom, and when I finish drawing, look, we have the 5 of coins coming out twice here. This is crazy. Like, they're just talking about, like, you're not afraid to change. Like, if you guys didn't know this was your pile, there you go. Like, what more of a confirmation can you get than that? 5 of coins and the 5 of coins together. The 10 of coins underneath it. Yeah, you guys are successful. And you're not afraid to change. Like, it's like, but this is different type of change. This is like substantial changes, foundational changes. Like, you're not afraid to change the way life was. So maybe you had, like, again, that example of family coming through here. Like, okay, you had a sibling, and the two of you relied on each other a lot for everything. Like, it's not even that you guys were that close. Like, maybe it was financial. Maybe you guys just always shared money or whatever it was, and you helped each other out. Again, this is just an example, because I hear some of you guys being like, that's not how it is. They always demanded or whatever it was. So again, this is just an example. Take it how it fits. Leave what does not. Okay, so again, it's like this energy, like you guys shared finances. And it was like, it's been like this your whole life. And suddenly it was like you realize this is not a good situation for you. You're like, this is not going to work for me. I can't do this. Like, I'm struggling, or I'm the one that's feeling like I can't get help, or whatever it is. Like, it wasn't a conducive connection. Like, this was not a conducive arrangement. Like, it did not work at all. And you ended this foundational arrangement, right? This is something you guys have done since childhood. Always helped each other out, and you finally said no. And it was so impactful that it like changed the way you saw the world around you. And in doing so, it also changed the way that others saw you, because now you had some strong boundaries, right? You have these strong boundaries around people who are foundational connections in your life, and you started making them elsewhere. It wasn't just with this family member. It wasn't just with this person that is really close to you. It's just like you were starting to be able to make these decisions more and more in your life. And people are really attracted to that because it's something that they can't do. This is something that they're not capable of doing. This is something that they're not capable of even thinking about. Like, you know, maybe they have toxic parents and they can't walk away from, or toxic siblings, or even toxic children. Excuse me, guys. You know, like, these energies where people wish they could, and they see you, and that's something they find attractive about you. They see that you're not afraid to go with the flow in your own life, or to be okay doing what makes you feel good. And they're just highly attracted to that. Let's get some others. Oh wait, I'm sorry, let's do the dice first. Okay, so let's get some more on it. Source, can you give us more information? What do people find attractive about pile number 3? What do others find attractive about pile number 3? What do people find attractive about pile number 3? Okay. Interesting. So we have our house 3. We have Libra and Mercury. Yeah, it's very argumentative energy that's coming through here. And like somebody that's been around your life since like the developmental stages of your childhood. Like, you know, you have house 3, which is ruled by Gemini. And when you think about Gemini in terms of children, that's kind of like when we're coming up into our adolescence, right? Like we're getting into those, you know, your siblings, your peers. And it's funny because the 3rd house is directly connected with your siblings, right? Like, that's why it's weird that I was using that example as, you know, like your siblings. So it's something to do with your sibling that you walked away from, and people find that very attractive. People have seen this connection for a long time, or they know how much it means to you, or they know how much it means to your sibling, and others just see how much it was weighing on you, and you had to leave that. Like, they were meddling in your affairs, or they were constantly doing things, or maybe it was just like a loss. There's like a loss here, right? That's coming through. And so you have this energy that's like early on. This is from your early childhood and it was affecting your mind and the way you thought about things, the way you communicated about things, right? And this is something that went on social media. I really hate to say that, but I feel like for some of you guys, this is something that was on social media and people saw it. And that's why people find this so attractive, because they saw the connection that you two had, and then suddenly it changed. And it changed for the better, even though it didn't feel like it at first, right? It didn't feel like that at first. Like, it, again, that aggressive energy. You have this Mars energy here, and there's that like aggression that's coming through here. And Mars rules both Aries and Scorpio, and Aries is a very stubborn zodiac. Like, when they're in their shadow, they're very stubborn and they're very aggressive, and they like to fight. They like to start fights, right? And then you have Scorpio, and when they're in their shadow, they like to sting and they like to hit you where it counts. And that's why it's like this energy of like being, and Mars is the god of war. And so you have this energy of like just sheer aggression coming through here, you know? And so it's like there's, even though you guys were family, okay, there's this energy coming through that it was a toxic situation for both of you, and you realize that. And in doing so, you were able to leave that situation, and people see that, and they saw the toxicity of the situation. And maybe you got advice from people, and they were telling you, hey, it's time to hang up the towel here. And it was just like, no matter what you did before, it was hard. That was a heartbreaking situation. I don't want to let go of my family. I don't want to leave them in the dust. I don't want to do this, even though it's best for me. Like, I don't want to do that because that's painful, right? But it's like the breaking point. Something happened outside of your control, which we see here. It changed the perspective, and people saw you grow from that. And that's a very attractive trait to you. And it's like, you know, maybe you're looking for the physical attraction. What makes you physically attractive to others, but energy is more attractive than anything physically that we possess. And that's what happened here. It's like when you did this, it changed, and you were able to embrace your inner child, and embracing your inner child made you super, super attractive. Like, it just, you have this childlike energy around you that people can't seem to get enough of, you know? And that's a wonderful thing. That's a beautiful energy. You're very charming. You're peaceful. You know, you like things to be in balance. You like justice. You like things to go in a justice type way. Like, you don't want things to be unbalanced or, you know, superficial. You don't want to be gullible to the situation any longer, of it just being, oh, this is my family, like I have to do whatever, you know, because of that. And maybe you've made some enemies because of this. Maybe people have lashed out at you because of this situation. And yet you still stand strong, and you're like, look, I cannot do this. Like, if you look at the page here, he's defending himself from all angles, right? He has his wand here, and he has his sword up here. And it's like he's having to defend himself from all angles, but he's looking more towards this situation over here. Like, this is what I had to take action towards. Like, I'm not giving up what I want in life. This is what I had to take action towards, because that's what was hurting me the worst. And so that's what people saw. And when they saw that, they're just like, wow, like, you changed energetically. And in changing energetically, they saw how you like things to be harmonious. They like that you are relationship oriented. Like, that didn't make you seem like you didn't care about your relationships. In fact, it made people see how much you really care about your relationships. Like, you love this person so much that you had to let them go. And that's something that a lot of people can't do. Like, they're just holding on for the sake of holding on. And it was like you were so sick and tired of being sick and tired of what was going on in this. You just let go. And people were just kind of like, wow, pile 3. Look, and we have 3. What was I saying? We keep having 3 come up in your guys' reading. I love this. It's so synchronistic here, guys. I love that. So, and I feel like there was a part in this journey where you guys are super indecisive, and people saw that change. They saw you go from being indecisive to super decisive about the next steps. And now they see you as this beautiful, intelligent person who's able to really take care of the relationships in their life. And they see that you're not afraid to say what you need to, but also keep it light and fun and friendly and you know, just this overall good type of energy, right? And so with Mars, you have this energy again, that aggression, but that aggression drove you to take action, right? It drove you to take action because there's like a competition here. So I'm saying like that sibling competition or sibling rivalries that were coming out is like, this is something that it just was, or that's how society accepts it, or whatever it is. And it's like, you couldn't accept that any longer. And so it's like, that's what drove you to taking action. And you had to survive because of this. This is something deep inside you that's saying, this is not going to work. And you had to take that assertion yourself. And it was like a lot of courage. Like, people see how courageous you are for doing this, like dealing with this situation, or dealing with the hardships that you've dealt with, or dealing with the loss of family, you know, and like whatever it is, they're seeing that now. And that's making you really attractive, and they admire that about you. And it's like you may come off to some as like an airhead, and I don't mean this in a bad way. I mean this is in the fact that sometimes you lose touch with reality because you're dreaming, or you're thinking about what life could be, or what you want it to be. And because of that, like, you may come off across as like an airhead, but the thing is that it's like a good way, right? And you have Mars, which rules the head. And so it's like, that's what causes you to take action, is being in that sense of what people refer to as being an airhead. It's not rude when people call you that. It means that you're more in touch with your heart than people understand. And so because of that, you guys are in this energy of really letting that drive you and your thoughts and how you take command and leadership in your life. And that's a beautiful thing. And so it's this situation, what was coming out here, it wasn't easy, but this is what people find attractive about you, is that you dealt with a very challenging situation. It's super challenging, when others would have just folded. They wouldn't have been able to do what you did. They would have just folded and let it be, let bygones be. Circe, can we get some more information? What do others find attractive about pile number 3? I love this. We have the King of Wands. You guys are very sexy individuals too. Ooh, she's so sexy. He's so sexy. You want crystal gel? Sorry, that's just what was coming out here. It's like, maybe you guys are comedians, or you guys are super funny. Like, I feel like that's what's coming through here. And so this is also connected. This is the King of Clubs. Excuse me, I said the King of Wands, but it is the King of Wands. But the King of Clubs, this is also connected with the Magician energy. And this is saying that you guys are attractive because you manifest what you desire in life. And you guys are very, like, the King of Wands is just a very forthright individual. Like, he's very action oriented. He's very attractive. Like, he's very, like, much knows what he wants, and he doesn't hesitate to get what he wants. And with this Magician energy, you manifest it because of that. You manifest because you take that energy, that confidence, and that courageousness, and you use it to your advantage. Not in a bad way. You use it because that's what you want in life. You want good things in life, and you fight for that. And people find that super attractive. What else do others find attractive about pile number 2, or pile number 3, excuse me? So we have the Two of Hearts here. with a depiction of temperance coming through as well. And so you guys are very loving individuals. In fact, people are in love with you. Like, you guys may have a lot of admirers in the background who aren't saying anything. Like, maybe for Valentine's you guys will get a lot of secret admirer little, the little notes and stuff like that, or candies and stuff. And that's just because you guys are admired by so many people, and you have this beautiful balanced energy, and you've had to learn over time what it takes to gain that. And that is something that people really appreciate. Like, when they're in your presence, it's very calm, very serene, very much like, oh my gosh, like I could live in this for forever. Like paradise is what I just heard. Your energy's like paradise. That's cute. That's so cute. But people they fall in love with you quickly, and they want to keep you around in their life because of that. Like, it's your energy is what makes them fall in love. And I feel like maybe some of you guys were here looking for, physical features, and it's like, but you have to remember that energy is so much far more attractive than our physical features. Look. We have the Six of Wands depicting the Tower, or the House of God. And then we had the Queen of Diamonds coming out here. Yeah, you guys are very strong individuals. Again, it's like you guys are not afraid to find opportunities and success in the hardships that you've experienced. And because of that, you guys have come out as this very caring, nurturing individual who's not afraid to give, but who's not afraid to ground life into this physical reality. Like, you have this energy of being able to provide stability to others because you provided stability to yourself. And that's something beautiful. We have the Nine of Cups coming out on the bottom of the Nine of Hearts here. Yeah, you guys definitely are people's wish fulfillment. Like, that is something that's coming through super strong right now. Like, people want you in their life because they've seen you overcome so much, and they've seen you find success and like balance, and maybe allies. Maybe you've developed strong allies because of this, and in the hardships. This is out of the hardships you guys have learned how to develop what it is that you want in life and blossom and bloom, and people are just so enthralled by that. So these are going to be some emotions that people may feel, or that you may feel. This is crazy. Okay. Yeah, indignant. I just want to point this out. There's somebody in your life that feels like what happened between you isn't fair. Like, they're indignant. Like, maybe they feel like you're living the life that they should live, but it's like they feel like how things have happened, and this could be your family or that situation we were talking about. They feel like it's unjustified, but it's not. Like, they didn't understand how they were treating you. They didn't understand what they were bringing to it. And I feel like that was something that was really difficult for you to walk away from. But here you walked away from it because you had to. You're forced into a situation where you had to. And you had to grow. And because you grew from the situation, the other person did not. Like, they're kind of like the person, maybe they spread gossip about you, or maybe they say it was all your fault that this happened, or maybe they say, like, you were the one that treated them the way they were treating you. Like, that's the type of energy that's coming through here. And that's not at all true. Like, I don't want you to feel like that's true. Like, it's not. It's just somebody in your energy, or somebody that was in your energy, is being very indignant because of that. We have Venus energy on the bottom here. Give and receive love. Find value and see beauty. You guys have learned to see beauty in life again. Beautiful. Alright, let's get some more out on it, guys. Okay. Look, on the bottom of this deck, it says, we are slow to believe that which if we believed would in turn hurt our feelings. So that's what I'm saying. Like, this situation that you walked away from, the situation that made you super attractive, and the reason it made you so attractive is because you were no longer dealing with the heaviness of it, right? It was like letting go of an anchor. And it's like, if you'd have believed it sooner, it would have hurt your feelings. So when you did finally believe it and see the truth in the situation, it hurt your feelings. Like, the situation did hurt, but you had to let it go because that was the only option that was left, right? So it's difficult when you're dealing with situations like that, and then you have people who feel like they're the ones that were done wrong, especially when they're not. Like, it's just, people are like that. Like, we have love and compassion. Yeah, people find you so attractive because you give so much compassion to others, and it's because you've learned how to give compassion to yourself. This card talks about self-love. This is not about loving others. This is literally about self-love. But in that self-love, then you're able to give freely to others from a place of true unconditional love, and that's what you've learned to do. So we have awe. Again, this came out in all three piles. It's so funny. This card came out in all three piles. People are in awe at the way that you've changed, at you as a person. They find you attractive. Like, you may not find you attractive, but you are attractive. It doesn't matter what you look like. People feel like you are attractive. You're unique. You're beautiful. Like, you have a beautiful energy, and that just, it magnifies your beauty. Like, it just, you having a beautiful heart magnifies everything beautiful about you. And people are in awe because of you. Brooding. Okay, so there's somebody in your energy that's broody. Yeah, they're just upset about, and that's going back to this indignant energy. Like, this person is brooding, they're indignant, like, they're just really upset about this situation, and they're playing it over and over again in their head. It's almost like they're playing it over again so that they can create more excuses, more lies, more things, whatever it is that happened. And this is just it's just an energy that I feel like you guys are overcoming, you guys are getting rid of. And it's like, the more you give to yourself, the better you'll get over this. And that's what, and there are some other people maybe in your energy that they find this attractive, that you're not letting this energy bring you down. Okay. So we have 27. Resentment will persist as long as your need to be right and your want to get even is more important than your peace of mind. Yeah, there's definitely somebody in your energy, or that was in your energy, that is like really upset about what has happened, and they're trying to make it seem like you were in the wrong. And people are in awe because I feel like this, like, you're aware of it. If you're not aware of it, like, you kind of had your suspicions, and this is just confirming that. But it's like, people are just so surprised because you're still not letting that change your kindness, and you're not letting that change your love and your truth and your ability to give to others. Like, this is somebody who's really close to you, with the third house here, somebody that was like family, with the 8 of Cups here in the reverse. It's somebody who's like family. This is somebody who's very close to you, right? And people are just sitting here like, no matter how this person treats you or talks about you or says whatever they say about you, like, you still don't let that get you down. You still don't let that change who you are. A lot of aggression that came through here, but it's out of the aggression you became a leader. Okay, and we have, this is interesting, we have 30. Marriage is a serious thing and should last forever. You don't just want to rush into it. So for some of you guys, this was somebody you were married to, or somebody you were involved with in a relationship with. And they're showing their true colors. That's the thing. This person is showing their true colors to everybody else. Now, it's like everybody kind of got like a small picture of who they were in the past, or they didn't know who they were. And now this person's showing their true colors because of the situation, you walking away from them, you letting it go. But you didn't let the hardships get you down. You didn't let this get you down either. It's like, this is like, I feel like a cut contact kind of energy. It's like you just don't want to deal with it anymore, whatever it is. And because of that, this person is upset because there's nothing they can do to manipulate you into coming back. And people see that you're not a person who falls for manipulation. And that's attractive. Look, Aries. I can't make this up. Wasn't I saying that? Mars rules Aries, and we have Aries energy coming out here. We We have independence, bravery, and passion. You guys took back your independence and you became brave in this life and followed passions that have been with you for forever. And people find that super attractive, right? Like you're tired of the arguments. You're not letting the arguments control your life anymore. You're like trying to find that independence and bravely walk your life. And look, guys, I cannot make these up. I just drew these on camera too. Like we have air, Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra, open-mindedness, objectivity, and learning. What I was saying is like you have that, it's like this energy being an airhead, and we have air coming out. It's not a bad thing. This is something about being open-minded to things. Like you got your head up in the clouds. It's not a bad thing. Like you guys are unattached to what's going on in the world, right? Like it's like I see it, I know that I can change it if I just change myself. And it's like you're not focused on being upset about the things you can't control, and it's like you're focused on what you want. And so you go and you learn and you stay objective through day-to-day tasks, and you allow yourself to be open-minded, and that's a beautiful place to be at. Shaman. Ancient healing wisdom. You guys heal others. Because of what you did, you guys are a symbol in others' lives, and you help guide them to healing their own hurts and pains. Like I was saying, like you might have some enemies in your life, but what you don't realize is, and what they don't realize is that you've healed them. You're helping to heal them. Because of situations where they're so close to somebody, or they're with a connection, or they're in this situation and they can't let go the way that you did, and they don't know what to do. But it's like being angry at you has actually forced them to find creative ways to solve their own life. And so it's like they're still attracted to you. Even if they don't want to be, they're still attracted to you. And you guys definitely have this heart chakra energy, you know, with the green aventurine here. This is all about connecting with that heart chakra energy. And it's like you guys are that. Like you are the embodiment of connecting with the heart with air here. And Aries is all about taking that action to do what your heart desires. And that's something that people find super attractive about you. I love that. And you guys are healers. And that's something that is attractive to others as well. Like, I feel like you guys just do it. You don't even think about it. It's not something that you have to plan out. Like, I'm going to heal somebody. It's like you run into somebody and just in a conversation, you heal them because you've been through so much and you've experienced so much. And in doing so, like, you never let that get you down. And because of that, that heals others. Let's see what your Kuan Yin card is. Mother of Mercy with the number 19 card. I hope you guys can see this. The sun finally isn't giving this crazy light in here anymore, so I can show you the card. I'm going to read this out of the book. Let me grab the book. Number 19. Okay. And I love this because the number 19 here is the sun card in the tarot, right? Number 19 is the sun card here. And we have this is such a beautiful energy. It's like you guys are shining bright now that you've let go of all the darkness here, okay? So we have just like a sun that shines brightly, casting a strong shadow, right? And we were talking about the sun card is number 19 too. So a lot of synchronistic energy here, guys, for you. I love this. So just like a sun that shines brightly, casting a strong shadow, your growing spiritual power needs to be expressed with the awareness that it will have an effect on others. Healing. Even if you are not completely conscious of that effect. To create peace in the expression of your power, we call upon the Mother of Mercy. Mercy tempers great strength and power with kindness, gentleness, compassion, and caring. The divine Kuan Yin brings the quality of mercy to you now as a divine gift, encouraging you to cultivate mercy in your dealings with others and to receive it for yourself now too. Dispensations of mercy come when we are without recourse. We have perhaps lost our way, become unable to find our way through, or have caused some great effect, for better or worse. When we were talking about this is a hard situation, a great effect, right? That we did not intend. It might even be through our own hand that we have caused such a situation without intention or malice. We just proceeded in a certain way because we had not yet learned the wisdom needed to avoid it. Or perhaps our own guidance led us into the darkness consciously so that we could learn something valuable, and we are a bit stuck. We may have perhaps been causing harm to others through our own unconsciousness. We could be suffering from a heavy karmic lesson from this or another lifetime, and our soul may be struggling to really integrate the lesson and feel free to rise up and move on. Excuse me. Perhaps we are in a situation with another where we hold great power. It might be a parent, a teacher, a healer, or a boss. It might even be less obvious position of the power where we could take advantage of another's care for us to secure what we want. These situations call for quality of divine mercy. I'm going to read a little bit more for you guys. Divine mercy from the Heavenly Mother brings us to a place where we can stop the cycle of manipulation or being manipulated of unkindness or unconsciousness. To pray for mercy is a powerful prayer. Kuan Yin drops nectar of mercy from her ivory vase into the hearts of those who call to her. If you're in a situation on either side of the story, whether you feel powerful or disempowered, where there's manipulation, fear, struggling, hurting, or suffering, call upon the Mother of Mercy now. Okay? So it's like, again, you asked for mercy in this situation. I feel like that's what's going on here. It's like you were the one that was being manipulated. You could be in this energy too. I don't really feel like for the majority of you that you're over here in that brooding, indignant energy, like you want people to suffer. Like, I don't feel like that at all. I don't think most people want, even though everybody's like in this whole narcissist kick, I still don't feel like they want people to suffer. It's just become such a habit to make others suffer, and they have that control. Like, when you're so used to that control of something, you live in it, and it becomes an unconscious act because you're living in it all the time, and it's second nature because you're not thinking about it. You know, there's this quote that I read. It's like when we're introduced to crime, okay, if somebody's introduced to crime, at first we abhor it, like we can't stand it, then we accept it, and then we become influenced by it, right? And so a lot of people in life who are manipulators, whether that's you or not, okay, and this is just something to keep in mind here, it's like at first they hated to manipulate others, but then they accepted that they could, and then they became influenced by those manipulations. And when you take it that way, you realize that it's not actually because of you or anything else. It's because of that person and their acceptance of this situation and the acceptance that they have this particular skill, I think is what we could best call that, right? And likewise, there are people who are just, they hate being manipulated. They abhor it. And then they accept that they get manipulated. And then they become influenced by the manipulator, right? Like, it just happens that way. And so it's like, that's that energy. Wherever you're at here, it's like you ask for mercy and help. And it's like, because of that, people are attracted to you in that. And they're healing. You're healing others based on your own healing. And this is actually a beautiful thing here. And you guys, that's what makes you so attractive. You're healers without realizing it, or maybe you do realize it. You're healing others through that. And that's a beautiful place to be at. This is what I have for you, Pile 3. I hope that this helps. I was so honored to do this reading for you. It was a lot of fun. I was really excited to do these today. So I will see you guys next time. If this resonated with you, make sure you hit that thumbs up button down below. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you always know when the next video does go live. And until we see each other again, I hope you have a very blessed and wonderful time, and may you guys be protected with loving light. Until next time, bye guys.